Hello students, let's learn about algorithm and flowchart. What is the use of algorithm and flowchart and how it is related to computer? Let's learn about that. So this is about your third chapter, algorithm and flowchart, and in this chapter you will learn something new about your problem solving process. See, whenever you have to solve any problem or to do any work, you have to follow a step by step procedure so that you can get the best results for it. In the same way, a computer also solves its problems in a step by step procedure to give you the accurate results. An algorithm and a flowchart help us to create a computer program in a step by step manner. So few things which you already know, you have already understood in the previous chapter, that is computer language, means we use computer language to write a program. Machine language, understood by computer. Program is set of instructions and programming is the process of writing a program. So the steps computer follow to do all this is, the first thing is algorithm, then flowchart, then program. So let's learn about the algorithm step first of all. What is algorithm? It is a step by step procedure to solve a problem, and whenever we have a problem, first we have to plan, and the planning part we decide the steps. So let's take an example of writing steps. Our problem is to buy a new shirt, and see what steps can we follow for this. Naturally, first step will be you will go to a garment shop. So the first step is take money and go to the garment shop in the market. The second step would be in the garment shop you will talk something to the shopkeeper. So you will tell the shopkeeper about the color and style you want, your choice. Then the third step will be, once you have told your choice, your style you want, then the shopkeeper will you display some t-shirts, some patterns, and your step will be choose and finalize the desired shirt, whichever you like the most. Then after doing this much, you have selected a shirt out of the shown shirts. The next turn is to pay money for that. So next is pay money to the shopkeeper. Once you pay money, maybe you have paid more than requirement, so there must be some balance amount, and if it is some balance amount, you have to take money back from the shopkeeper. And finally your work is done. You have got the shirt. That was your task, that was your problem. So you have solved by following some steps, and these steps are algorithm. Let's take one more example. Suppose you have to add two numbers in computer. The first step will always be start and last is always stop. So these two steps are fixed. Then you have next step depending on your problem. Your problem is to add two numbers, so you will provide two numbers to the computer first of all. Then you will give the instruction to add two numbers. Then you will print the result. So these are the algorithm steps to be followed to add two numbers. Let's come to the next thing. Once your algorithm part is over, the computer comes to the part of, a programmer comes to the part of flowchart. So what is a flowchart? Diagrammatic representation of an algorithm is called a flowchart. So some basic symbols are used. We are saying it is a diagram, then some basic symbols are to be used to make a proper flowchart. First thing is always start and last is always stop. For both the purpose we use a shape, oval shape, that is the start stop box, and next is to provide some input and to get the result. These two are the very important things, to give something to computer and to get the result. So for both the purposes we use parallelogram as a shape, and this is known as input output box. Few more symbols are there, like processing, where you give the instructions to the computer. You have to add, you have to subtract, you have to multiply. So such formula or the instructions are given in the processing box. Next comes the decision box. Decision box is used when you have to decide something, like if you are comparing two numbers, two colors, two choices are there, you have to select any one, then you put some condition on which depends your decision. So this is known as the decision box. Then we have flow lines which connect the different terminals or different symbols in a flow chart. Then we have the connector, which is used when you have to connect to different parts of flow charts. So let's take an example of a flow chart. See, this is a very simple example how to go to school. So first step and last step is fixed, start and stop, and for both the purposes we use oval shape. Then we write all the instructions, no, nothing to calculate, nothing to input, nothing to output in this. So we have used only the processing box in this to give the instructions. Wake up in the morning, go to washroom, brush your teeth, take a bath, wear your school uniform, have your breakfast, take your tiffin, and go to your school. So everybody, I think, is following these steps to come to school. Then let's take one complete example with algorithm, how algorithm is converted into a flow chart. So algorithm is having the step, like for adding two numbers we have already done this. So first step is start. So start, you will use the first symbol is oval, that will denote it is getting started. Then take two numbers. Here see, there is a difference. When you are writing the algorithm, you are using the simple English language. When you are creating a flowchart, this is not the simple English sentences, these are the proper syntax statements. So input number 1, number 2, then add two numbers, this is an instruction, you have to put a formula, you will use processing box. And last is you are getting some result, computer is printing the result of sum, so you will use input output box for this. So you have noticed input and output have the parallelogram as a shape, and processing is a rectangular shape, and start and stop is the oval shape. So this is how a flowchart is done. Then once the flowchart is ready, you must know why we are making this, because flowchart help in analyzing the problem in a more effective way. हमें समझ में आ जाता है हम क्या प्रॉब्लम लेकर चले हैं और हमारा स्टेप्स क्या होंगे, और हमें लॉजिक भी समझ में आ जाता है कि किस लॉजिक से हम काम करने वाले हैं. एंड समटाइम इट हैपन्स कि मोर देन वन प्रोग्राम आर मेकिंग द प्रोग्राम, तो इट इज़ working as a guide for the rest of the programmer to understand the logic, and it helps us to find the errors. Once we run the flowchart, we come to know what are the errors we are going to commit, and we can rectify it. But there are few disadvantages also, like it becomes complex if program is very long, or it may take some time. When you have to edit something, you will not overwrite it, you have to redraw it, so it is some time taking job, but it makes our work easier finally. But what are the rules we have to follow when we are making a flowchart? The first thing and very important thing is, when you are making it, you have to collect all the necessary requirements in a logical order. किस किस चीज़ की ज़रूरत पड़ने वाली वो पहले से ही आपको इकट्ठा कर लेना है. देन फ्लो चार्ट शुड बी क्लियर एंड नीट एंड ईजी टू फॉलो. अगर वो समझ में ही नहीं आएगा तो उसे बनाने का कोई फ़ायदा ही नहीं है हमें. देन द सिंबल, देयर शुड बी ओनली वन एरो ऑफ फ्लो लाइन बिटवीन टू टर्मिनल सिम्बल्स. मीन्स दो सिम्बल्स को, दो बॉक्स को कनेक्ट करने के लिए सिर्फ एक ही एरो का हम यूज़ करेंगे. एंड देन वी हैव इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो लाइन्स. हमें इंटरसेक्शन नहीं करना होता है, एक ही फ्लो लाइन होनी चाहिए और वो इंटरसेक्ट नहीं करनी चाहिए. देन वी यूज़ कनेक्टर व्हेन वी आर फ्लो चार्ट इज़ डिवाइडेड इनटू मोर देन वन पेजेस. देन कम्स द लास्ट थिंग, दैट इज़ द प्रोग्राम. Last step to solve a problem is to convert a flowchart into a program, and to write a program we use a computer language, and most of you, almost all of you, have a good idea about computer languages as you have already done this chapter. So children, this is all about your algorithm, flowchart and program. These are the three steps a computer follows to do your task, to do your problem solving. So this much is for this chapter. Thank you children, keep learning.